very low, rarely on an emotional level somewhere in between. She never knew what to expect from him, and for that reason he was an interesting caller. But tonight he sounded sinister, and that was a first. "I don't understand what you mean."
"I've done everything you advised me to do, Paris."
"I advised you? When?"
"Every time I've called. You always say, not just to me, but to everybody who calls, that we should respect the people we love."
"That's right, I think—"
"Well, respect gets you nowhere, and I don't care what you think anymore."
She wasn't a psychologist or a licensed counselor, only a radio personality. Beyond that, she had no credentials. Nevertheless, she took her role as late-night friend seriously. When a listener had no one else to talk to, she was an anonymous sounding board. Her audience knew her only by voice, but they trusted her. She served as their confidant, advisor, and confessor. They shared their joys, aired their grievances, and sometimes bared their souls. The calls she considered broadcast-worthy evoked sympathy from other listeners, prompted congratulations, and sometimes created heated controversy. Frequently, a caller simply needed to vent. She acted as a buffer. She was a convenient outlet for someone mad at the world. Seldom was she the target of the caller's anger, but obviously this was one of those times, and it was unsettling. If Valentino was on the brink of an emotional breakdown, she couldn't heal what had led him to it, but she might be able to talk him a safe distance away from the edge, and then urge him to seek professional help. "Let's talk about this, Valentino. What's on your mind?"
"I respect girls. When I'm in a relationship, I place the girl on a pedestal and treat her like a princess. But that's never enough. Girls are never faithful. Every single one of them screws around on me. Then when she leaves me, I call you and you say that it wasn't my fault."
"Valentino,
You tell me that I did nothing wrong, that I'm not to blame for her leaving, and you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm not to blame, Paris. You are. This time, it's your fault."
Paris glanced over her shoulder toward the soundproof door of the studio. It was closed, of course. The hallway beyond the wall of windows had never looked so dark, although the building was always dark during her after-hours program. She wished Stan would happen by. Even Marvin would be a welcome sight. She wished for anyone to hear this call and help her get a read on it. She considered disconnecting. No one knew where she lived or even what she looked like. It was stipulated in her contract with the radio station. She didn't make personal appearances, nor was her likeness to appear in any promotional venues, including but not limited to all and any print advertising, television commercials, and billboards. Paris Gibson was a name and voice only, not a face. But, in good conscience, she couldn't hang up on this man. If he had taken to heart something she'd said on air and things hadn't turned out well, his anger was understandable. On the other hand, if a more rational person disagreed with something she had said, he simply would have blown it off. Valentino had vested in her more influence over his life than she deserved or desired. "Explain how it's my fault, Valentino."
"You told her to break up with me."
"I never—"
"I heard you. She called you the night before last. I was listening to your program. She didn't give her name, but I recognized her voice. She told you our story. Then she said that I had become jealous and possessive. You told her that if she felt our relationship was constricting, she should do something about it. In other words, you advised her to dump me."
He paused before adding,
"And I'm going to make you sorry you gave her that advice."
Paris's mind was skittering. In all her years on the air, she'd never encountered anything like this. "Valentino, let's remain calm and discuss this. All right?"
"I'm calm, Paris. Very calm. And there's nothing to discuss. I've got her where no one will find her. She can't escape me."
With that statement, sinister turned downright scary. Surely he didn't mean literally what he just said. But before she could speak her thought aloud, he added,
"She's going to die In 3 days.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.